Taste Man here. Last night I watched about half of the vice presidential debates. And I don't really talk about my politics on here much, but I'm registered independent. Always have been, likely always will be. I don't like the idea of excluding a candidate based on their political party. And I'm distrustful of a lot of political parties. The politicians that I gravitate to are very fiery and can articulate themselves well despite blowback from their own parties and the media. I'm talking about guys like Bernie Sanders and Rand Paul, who come from other ends of the spectrum, but I like their fire and their wit. This matchup of the round of 128 albums, 400th albums tourney, is a very politically charged album by Rage Against the Machine, their self-titled album. Now, I don't have to align myself with all of Zach's political beliefs to appreciate the passion, fire, and energy of this album. It's going up against Bright Eyes, 5 dice, all 3. My personal autobiography is intersected with Conor Oberst in our younger days when we lived in Omaha, Nebraska. And even without that, I could fathom that his political beliefs probably are very close to those of Zach of Rage Against the Machine. Get glimmers of it in songs like Roosevelt Room and Hat with an E tacked on the end. Spell that word out. Off this new album, as well as his material with Desaparecidos. Conor has an interesting way of articulating himself, but he's a natural rebel, like I believe Zach is. And that natural inherent rebellion and sense of purpose.
Time 19 minutes 36 seconds. Total distance 2.0 miles. Average pace 9 minutes 47 seconds per mile. Split pace 9 minutes 50 seconds per mile.
Okay, probably led Zach to retire fairly early. Drop out of the spotlight like Megatron or Barry Sanders. Not that I'm attaching politics to them. But anyway, let's get back to these albums. Because I really don't like talking about politics. This is not my cup of tea or strong suit. And damn near everybody disagrees with me when I do start talking. So, this Bright Eyes album, I enjoy it, but it's only been out a few weeks. There was another Lifeline 38 album that was mashed up against Rage Against the Machine. It was just getting decimated. So I put this Bright Eyes in without listening to a second of it. And I enjoy it so far, but it's not really sunk its fangs into me the way, like say Cassadaga or the People's Key did. And in order to unseat a preposterously energetic and invigorating album like self-titled Rage Against the Machine album, you gotta really bring it from the start. There's not time to grow. You need to approach it fully grown. So I have no doubt this Bright Eyes album will blossom, advancing around 64 albums, 400 albums tourney. Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine. That's Lincoln Hawk right there. He's saying hi. Cheers. Chili champion, Lincoln Hawk.